Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome everybody, it's Chris back with a glass of scotch. Prost, sláinte, cheers, na zdrowie, egészségetekre. Enjoy responsibly always, a good scotch. Well, an interesting little selection. And I'm not the person for the usual top 5, top 10, top 20 lists, okay? I like to, concentrate on my vintage, under the radar, discontinued, or even the latest fragrances, but I like to give it a spin and do it my way. But sometimes it's interesting to look at a range or a selection of fragrances that somehow intrigues you, and that's very much the case. Why? Because when the year starts, now it's January, it's still cold out there, but sometimes the sun is out, it's clear skies, it's the fresh, clean and crisp air already gives me the promise of springtime. And that, as I'm kind of being an artist involved in writing songs, doing music and lyrics and all that, it sort of has a direct impact on me, okay? Like a morning. I love mornings, the promise of a new day, okay? So even though I don't really like January and February, I try to take the best out of it and sort of prepare for springtime, which I love, okay? And during this time of the year, there's regular fragrances that come up. And there's fragrances, and I've selected 3 for this particular year, 2022, that I think are the absolute pinnacle of designer-made men's fragrances, okay? But first, I would like to make some honorable mentions of fragrances that always appear in my life for the past years, maybe decades, or maybe just only a few years, we will see, around this time of the year, January, February, March, when it's still cold outside. But there's this special vibe of the promise of a new year in the air, okay? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Like this, okay? So, what are these 3 fragrances? I've selected 3. Just to show you, honorable mentions, okay? These are not the 3 main picks. These are honorable mentions. Lagerfeld Classic, always around this time of the year. Like, it's cold outside, you want to comfort yourself with some good Lagerfeld Classic, okay? Another good oldie. Egoist Chanel. Egoist Chanel, with its fresh spiciness, its special blend, there's nothing better than wrap yourself around, especially in the morning when it's cold outside still. And even going into springtime, still chilly outside in the morning. This gives you the boost that you need for a perfect day. Egoist, egoist, egoist! And last but not least, I got to know this fragrance 2 years ago when it was released, and I got to know it where it was released, in Paris, fell in love with it, the best modern fougère fragrance that there is, Rochas Long. Rochas Long, ever since I got to know this fragrance by Bruno Jovanovic, again released in very early January 2020. I got to know it in February 2020 in Paris. I reviewed it in Paris. Beautiful, modern fougère. While the other 2 were more sort of daytime and morning fragrances, this to me is a late afternoon, evening fragrance. Perfect to create a fantastic evening, late afternoon, evening mood around this time of the year, January, February, March. And now, let's take a look at those 3 fragrances that I adore to no end, and especially do so at this stage of my life, starting the new year, 2022, I think these 3 fragrances, as they are, no matter, this is a benchmark. We're talking about men's designer benchmark here, okay? These 3 fragrances are the absolute pinnacle of designer men's fragrances in terms of quality, in terms of performance, in terms of blending, and let's deep dive. I'm not even sure if I can put them into a particular order, but let's try. Spot number 3, put it that way. Chic, Carolina Herrera. This has been introduced, I think the parfumeur on this is Rosando Mathieu, in 2003. So it's almost 20 years on the market. Oh my good God almighty, you know. This fragrance with its watermelon, cardamom, fresh spicy attitude, it's tremendous aura, and its unbelievable performance is, and it's this one is a compliment getter. Oh my goodness, no matter where I go, compliments are raining on me, and I'm not a compliment hunter. I couldn't give a toss about compliments. Okay, you know, it bears them to my mind, but I'm not wearing a fragrance for somebody else. I wear it for me. But this one is both for me and the audience, man. I tell you, it's like perfect music. Okay, Chic, Chic for Men, Carolina Herrera is absolutely stunning because it's fresh, it's a mood booster, it's constant, it's there, it's intelligent, it's just, oh my God, jaw-droppingly beautiful men's fragrance, designer fragrance, like, you know, really, really world class. No other word, absolutely, utterly world class, okay? It has to be there in my top 3 designer fragrances. Dot. And now 2 fragrances come. I don't even know if I can put them in order. Spot number 1 and spot number 2, right? Let's try. Prada Long, I think introduced in 2016. This fragrance, I was recently sick with COVID. You maybe seen the review I've done in bed. Okay, with this fragrance. This fragrance helped me through the bad times. This fragrance is so good. It's not a fragrance, it's aromatherapy. I tell you, this fragrance is with its especially. Okay, there's violet, iris, and all that. It's floral and powdery, and yeah, the usual classification. Forget about it. The mate in this fragrance, the mate, especially on my skin. Okay, I can speak for others, but the mate combined with all the other notes, probably the most perfect blend of any man's fragrance I've ever smelled. Okay, so this in terms of quality of blending is number 1. There's nothing as good as this fragrance in terms of how it smells and how the smell is being put together. Oh my God! And the performance, that's don't even. And I'm not necessarily a fan of the House of Prada, okay? But this, even holding the bottle, like I was holding this bottle when I had COVID, and it's like a friend. It's unfucking believable. This fragrance, okay? Oscar. And now, what fragrance can pair up to this, okay? And you're gonna be surprised. If you know me, you're not gonna be surprised, but if you don't know me, you will be. Check this one out. Let's put the chair away so you can see it a little bit better. Gianfranco Ferré, the late great genius, the architect of fashion, Fougère Italiano, okay? And you could say, wow, this is a jump of quality, or this is a jump of pricing level or whatever. No, stop there, right there, stop right there, because this fragrance, okay, is pure and utter delight. Gianfranco Ferré Fougere Italiano is not a blue fragrance. It is not even necessarily a fougere fragrance. But it is one of the most beautiful floral musk fragrances I've ever come across. Okay, Insensé comes to my mind, from 1993, Givenchy, that had beautiful floral aspects, especially the magnolia. Here we have this floral delight, I have to say, paired up with the most beautiful modern men's musk I have ever come across so far. Okay, January 2022, and it smells modern, yet at the same time there is a reason why these two fragrances stand here together, because they have a floral backbone. Okay, but while this fragrance, Prada Long, makes me feel like a modern 21st century, sharply dressed, elegant guy with humor and sophistication and just swirling intelligence. Okay, Prada. This one, Ferré Fougere Italiano, makes me feel like I travel back in time to maybe Cannes, La Croisette, maybe Nizza, maybe the Venice Film Festival in 1963. Yes, the early 1960s, sunshine. Alain Delon, Claudia Cardinal walking on the Croisette. And utterly stylish. Oh my God, is this beautiful. Okay? So stunning, floral muskiness. So modern versus, to me it's still a modern smell, but it makes me feel classy, of the class of the 60s. Okay, Ferré I'm talking about. So these two, along with the tremendously versatile Chic by Carolina Herrera, these three fragrances make me a happier human being in the winter and spring of 2022. Scentland, the land of scent, stands by these fragrances, and I totally endorse all the three of them. And these are my favorite ones for now. And I think, guess what? I think they will be for years to come. So thanks very much. Make way, because here I come. Oh, aren't they beautiful? I mean, what a family. Look at this. Look, I'm not even needed in this picture. They're so beautiful together, okay? So, and again, all three of them are available, are in production, are out there. You can get them. You don't have to invest major time and money efforts to get them. None of them is discontinued. They're out there. So feel free. These are my top three at this very moment in time. Grazie mille a voi tutti. Saluti. Don't forget the scotch, right? Viva!